Have you ever made a crazy decision just because your heart told you to? I had a good job, a stable life, but one morning I packed a small bag, took a bus, and moved to a city I'd never been to. With only $10 in my pocket, I didn't know what I was looking for, but I found something I never expected: a job, a new life, and a person who completely changed everything. I was 25. I worked as a receptionist at a small office, same chair, same coffee, same people, every single day. One Monday morning, I looked at the mirror and asked, is this it? Is this my life forever? And you know what I did? I quit. No plan, no job waiting. Just this little fire inside me saying, go. I told my mom I was going to visit a friend in the city. That was a lie. I just needed time, space, and maybe something new. When I arrived, the city felt big and cold, and my $10, it bought me a sandwich and a bottle of water. So now I was alone, hungry, and a little dumb, to be honest. I walked for hours. Then I saw a small bookstore with a sign, "Help Wanted, Part-Time." I pushed the door open. The place smelled like old books and cinnamon. A man behind the counter looked up. He was around my age. "Looking for something?" he asked. I smiled and said, "Yeah, a job and maybe a miracle." He laughed. "Well, we don't have miracles, but we do need help organizing shelves." I got the job, just like that. That man. His name was Adam, tall, kind, and always reading strange history books. We became friends. He brought me tea on rainy days. I made fun of his boring books. He called me Sunshine because I talked too much. One night, we stayed late sorting books. He looked at me and said, I never believed in just going for it until I met you." I didn't say anything, but I smiled because for the first time in a long time, I felt seen. Weeks turned into months. Adam and I started having breakfast together. He learned I hated eggs. I learned he danced when he cleaned. Then came my birthday. I told him not to do anything. Of course, he ignored me. He gave me a notebook. On the first page, he wrote, "For all the stories you haven't told yet." I cried. I kissed him. He smiled. That was the beginning of us. Now, 2 years later, we still work in that little bookstore. Sometimes people ask how we met. I just laugh and say, well, I had $10 and no plan. But I found a job, a home, and a guy who makes terrible coffee but amazing jokes. You don't always need a perfect plan. Sometimes you just need courage and maybe $10, a sandwich, and a bookstore. Have you ever done something crazy that changed your life? I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this story. If you smiled, felt something real, or even learned a new word, then we're already growing together. This channel isn't just about English. It's about understanding people, cultures, and emotions, all through stories. So if you're learning English and want to improve your vocabulary, grammar, and listening skills in the most natural way, through real human stories, then you're in the right place. Like this story? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more simple English stories filled with life, love, and learning. And remember, every story you listen to is one more step towards speaking English like it's your own.